Hey dreamers, and welcome back to Connor's Dreamlight Magic. Today, we've got some really exciting stuff to talk about, because it looks like the next Dreamlight Valley DLC might have just been leaked. The title, Wishblossom Ranch, has popped up on Steam's inventory system, and this was first spotted by a user named Brookstar over in the official Dreamlight Valley Discord server. Then, it was shared by other creators like Hot Coco and Oscar's Cozy Corner, which is how I first found out about it myself. And since then, more people from across the internet have confirmed it too, so this leak seems very, very real. And if that wasn't enough, remember, at the end of the Storybook Vale DLC, we saw a teaser that teased Maximus from Tangled. Combine that with the word ranch in the title, and I think it's pretty safe to say the next DLC is going to be animal themed. So, let's talk about it, shall we? So the potential title, Wishblossom Ranch. Honestly, that sounds like a very Gameloft name, doesn't it? Think about the past DLCs we've gotten. Eternity Isle, Storybook Vale. They've all had these very whimsical, storybook-like names. Wishblossom Ranch fits that exact naming pattern, which makes this leak feel very real. And here's the important part. This wasn't just some random post on social media. This was first spotted by Brookstar in the official Dreamlight Valley Discord server. Now, Brookstar is someone I've spoken to many times, and they're a trustworthy name in the community. They wouldn't just throw something out there without reason. On top of that, other people have since confirmed it too, with screenshots and evidence showing the Steam inventory listing for Wishblossom Ranch. So, with all that stacked together, the name fitting Gameloft style, Brookstar being a reliable source, and multiple confirmations from other players, it's more than likely this leak is the real deal. Which brings us to the fun part. If this is true, what could it actually mean for the game? That's what I want to theorise about today. We know Maximus was teased at the end of Storybook Vale, we know the word ranch implies animals, and we know Gameloft has floated the idea of smaller, mini DLCs before. So, if all the pieces line up, then Wishblossom Ranch might be our very first mini DLC. Something smaller in scope, but packed with fresh gameplay ideas. If Wishblossom Ranch is real, then the obvious first character is Maximus from Tangled. He was teased at the end of the Storybook Vale DLC, so that's basically confirmed. And since this DLC has Ranch in the title, it makes perfect sense for him to be one of the stars. But Maximus doesn't feel like enough on his own. So, who else could fit this animal theme? I think we'd be looking at around 3 or 4 characters in total, if this really is a mini DLC. Zootopia feels like a strong candidate here. Having someone like Judy Hopps or Nick Wilde would expand the animal theme, while still giving us more dialogue-driven quests and personality. Plus, Zootopia has been hinted in surveys before. We could also see an animal villain. Imagine Scar's return in a DLC-like role, but with another animal baddie by his side. Maybe Shere Khan from the Jungle Book. He'd bring a new dynamic, since he's cunning and more manipulative than Scar. And then, of course, we'd probably get a caretaker-type character. Rafiki actually makes a ton of sense here. Not only is he a spiritual guide in The Lion King, but he's also represented as a scramble coin piece. And we've also seen other scramble coin characters eventually make it into the game. Rafiki would fit the caretaker role perfectly. Now, let's talk about probably the most exciting aspect. Horses as a new type of villager. Right now, villagers and companions are separate systems. Villagers give you quests, friendship levels, and hangouts. Companions follow you around, can be fed, and look adorable. But what if Gameloft merged these two systems together into something brand new? Horses could be a new type of hybrid. Imagine this. You find wild horses around the ranch biome and have to tame them by feeding them, just like critters. Once tamed, they can live in your valley like villagers, and you can build friendship with them. They'd have their own friendship quests, maybe themed around the ranch or racing. And here's the big one. You could actually ride them as mounts. To make it more fun, maybe you can equip bundle kits or saddles that change their appearance. One horse might get a western saddle, another a royal carriage harness, things that tie into Disney's history of horses. This system could honestly breathe fresh air into the game because it's not just another batch of villagers with quests, it's introducing a new type of gameplay loop, and it would make sense for it to debut in a smaller DLC where Gameloft could test the waters with a few new horses before rolling the system out more widely. So, combining this all together, a 4-character lineup could be Maximus from Tangled, Judy or Nick from Zootopia, Shere Khan from The Jungle Book, and Rafiki from The Lion King. That's a solid mix of animals, a villain, and a wise caretaker character, and it fits the ranch vibe really well, giving us something very different to the last 2 DLCs. Every DLC so far has added new resources to harvest and craft with, and I don't think Wishblossom Ranch would be any different. If the setting is a wide open plains biome, like I believe, it will likely have a ranch at its heart. We could see some fun, animal and farm themed materials. Hay bales or straw, horse feed, leather or hide, or even wish blossoms, the DLC's namesake resource, maybe a special flower or a plant native to the plains biome. It could glow faintly or sparkle, tying into the magical Disney aesthetic. Of course, with new resources comes new meals. Since this is ranch themed, I'd expect hearty, comfort style food. A hearty stew, some pies, some trail mixes, or some new cookies. Then we've got new clothing. Each DLC always brings themed outfits, and this one basically screams Western and ranch fashion. And finally, furniture. We've gotten some of the best sets from DLCs, and our ranch pack could give us ranch fencing, a barn building, farmhouse kitchen sets, or even outdoor items like windmills, water troughs, and rustic wagons. And here's the kicker. If horses are a new villager companion hybrid, we could also see customizable saddles and tack sets as furniture or wardrobe crossover items. This would also give the DLC a fresh gameplay loop beyond new biome, new quests. Gathering new resources to craft saddles, cook new meals, and decorate your valley in a ranch style would feel like a big refresh. So yeah, this leak has made me really excited. Wishblossom Ranch feels like the perfect direction for a smaller scale DLC. One that finally gives us mounts, expands on companions, and brings in something amazing, like new characters including Maximus and a few from Zootopia. It would feel different, it would feel fresh, and it could really shake up things in Dreamlight Valley, in a good way. What do you all think? Do you like the idea of horse mounts? Which characters would you want to see in an animal-focused DLC? Let me know down below in the comments because I love hearing your theories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss my next video. I am a new content creator, so it does mean a lot. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the valley.